EA Sports. We're across the pond in England this week, and two teams are hoping to show up for an international audience. It's the Colts going up against the Jaguars. So with kickoff approaching, let's send it over to our commentators here this afternoon, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, we appreciate it, Larry. It's our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Coming up, another edition of the NFL International Series, and it should be a good one, between the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. One man in the backfield. That's McCoy. Love. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Cyprien. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Brandon, when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach and talked about how they wanted to begin this game offensively, they talked about their script, didn't they? 10 to 15 plays, the first 10 to 15 they had on their script. Nowhere on the script was there throwing an interception, I have to believe.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. In the red zone this time.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And tough starting field position here. Here's the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Now Love. He's going to air one out. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. It's the 5th overall pick, Jalen Ramsey. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Now following the interception, here's Newton. Caught out left side by Robinson. It's a pickup of 14 there. And the Jags are going to have a first down. A good catch there and a first down for the offense.
Excellent awareness by the receiver to know where the first down marker was.
On first down, Newton. Caught right side. It's Lewis. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And put a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
And eventually brought down, but it's near the 5 at the 6. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
And for this offensive unit that we'll see here in just a second, T.J. Yeldon is certainly someone to mention.
Came out of Alabama with a lot of attention, but earned it.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Henry Anderson in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Here's 3rd and goal now, back at the 11. Now Newton on 3rd and goal. It's complete to Robinson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Allen Robinson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jags have taken the early lead. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will be a touchback. Last year would have come out to the 20. This year they'll move it out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. They They go back to the air here after the INT. Now a hit and lost the football. It's out, and the Jags grab it. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Newton. He's got the hook up to Lee. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Marquise Lee, his second touchdown on the season. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Colts getting ready to go. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Call it a gain of 5, and it's a second down. Here's the offense, and if you're the defense, Charles, you really have to focus on that guy that's highlighted on the screen.
You're talking about pure speed. T.Y. Hilton can get down the middle of the field and really stretch a defense.
And Luck will be intercepted for a third time. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Here's Newton. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A long way to go for the offense here on third down. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Newton to throw, eluding the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a first down, and inside the 5-yard line.
Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Allen Hurns that time, and that'll bring up second down. Second down here after the incomplete pass.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise.
And he's got his big receiver, Robinson, for the Jacksonville touchdown. Allen Robinson with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. 1 man in the backfield. That's McCoy. And he'll get it up the middle. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Malik Jackson there to make the stop.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Escaping the pressure right. Looking sideline, incomplete. He was looking for Jack Doyle that time. And it's 3rd down. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down. Luck. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And this one is right down the middle. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
Yeah, as an offensive coordinator, if you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work. But in his defense, this has been a stifling defense so far. So they've got to start finding a way to unlock them as this game goes on.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They come out here in the I. They'll start out on the ground. It's T.J. Yeldon. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7. Leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and got some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
On 2nd down, here's Yeldon. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
And on 3rd and 3, they decided to go with a dime package. Yeah. 6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there. Caught out left side by Robinson. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. So now the 5-year man, Brad Nortman, to kick it away. T.Y. Hilton deep for the Colts. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. And the Colts coming out now. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the 5th overall pick, Jalen Ramsey, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
6 yards here to go for the offense on 2nd down. Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed. And that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
And now a first down following that long gain.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass trick in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Here comes the D swarming to the line. To throw on 2nd down is Newton. And a dump off here to Robinson. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back here right after this. Now a first down throw for Newton. And he slings one that's incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target. That'll bring up second down.
He's thrown one interception already, and that doesn't necessarily mean the rest of the game is going to go like that. But it does seem that he's a little bit off in his approach to this one.
Yeah, it does, and that was a risky throw right there.
Got to be careful about taking care of the ball, making sure you get back.
And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Third down, the Colts beefing up the secondary. 6 defensive backs in the game. Completes it to Lee. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And another timeout taken by the Colts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Throwing again is Newton. Dancing to his left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
First down and goal. The offense knocking on the door. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be second and goal. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. Here's Newton now on second down. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. T.Y. McGill in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
Third and long, it's Newton. And he's got his big receiver, Robinson, for the Jacksonville touchdown. Allen Robinson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Now Myers for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something? You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. The rookie from Maryland, Yannick Ngakoue, in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. On second down, it's McCoy. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So following the run, we'll see what they do here on third down. Luck now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On is Pat McAfee to punt it away for Indianapolis. This is taken at the 15. So we've come to halftime after a well, that came a little abruptly here. Still working on my apple up in the booth. Hang on here. Let me spit this out. And we can get to the third quarter now. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. And he's got his man on the out route. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
T.J. Yeldon's not afraid to drop a shoulder or run through some tackles, is he?
Not at all. I learned it in his high school days in Alabama. Then, of course, stayed in state to play at Alabama. He could do that there.
And what I think is best about him, and when he's really on top of his game, when he's a little bit lighter, a little bit quicker, I think he's strong enough. He's compact enough to break those tackles. I think he's at his best at a shiftier weight.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Allen Robinson with a career-high 4-touchdown game. And the Jaguars are pouring it on. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Here comes Philip Dorsett now to return it. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. But sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now it's Locke. Philip Dorsett holds it in. And he lost the football. But I believe the Colts were able to fall on this when they were. And so possession will remain with Indy. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game.
Now a hit, and Locke lost the football. It's out. And to the three. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Yeah, let me pump out my chest a little bit. Even though I'm not rooting for either team, that was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
Third down and 3. They'll come out in the pistol. Newton on third down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that was well defended. And as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
And this one is right down Broadway. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So they recover the fumble but could not take advantage of the short field. They do get 3.
And no one ever turns down 3 points going up on the board. But the offense will go to the sidelines wondering what if. While the defense on the other side, they'll celebrate holding them to just a field goal after giving up such bad field position.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just tried to use it.
They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
I know the focus is LaShawn McCoy here, but the defense is doing a really nice job. He's nowhere near his normal yardage total in this game.
Yeah, such a prolific rusher, well up over 6,000 for his career. How have they kept him down?
Well, a lot of gang tackling, getting to the point of attack with a number of people, not creating any creases or cracks for him to find his way through. Because you know, with that agility and vision he has, he can always pop a big run.
And the Jags, Charles, I think they're in the dime here.
Covering a lot of field.
And the yellow flag hurts this offense, and now they face a tough third down. And they're going to go soft on the corners. Third and long. It's Locke. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
One man on the backfield. That's McCoy. And he'll get it up the middle. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
So it'll be first down here after the run. Shift together here from the D-line. On 1st and 10, Locke. Caught left side by Hilton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Welcome back now here in London. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Well, an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play. For the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
Here's Locke, finding time. Flush to his right. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take this one down to the 20-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
How about that scramble by Andrew Luck? Sometimes we forget just how big, strong, and, yes, fast Andrew Luck is. When he came out of college at the Combine, shocked everyone, ran a sub-4 840.
And he grew up a big soccer guy over in Europe, so he knows how to use his feet.
That he does, and I think it's helped his legs along the way as well.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
They'll fake it. Now Locke. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Locke on 3rd down. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jonathan Cyprien. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. And this one complete to Julius Thomas. And he gets this one up just shy of the 35 to the 34.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Caught out left side by Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 19. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down. Yeldon, the lone running back. And he'll get it up the middle. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
And 15 yards there on the catch and run. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10.
I'd have to say they're feeling like they are in rhythm right now. Things are in sync, aren't they? Teams winning, got a nice little margin on the scoreboard, completing some...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Cam Newton, an 18-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars continue to roll.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know their playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. They come out here in the eye. They'll start on the ground with McCoy. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Buying time to his left. And he'll check this one down to McCoy. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
They talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And now not a good sign here. Andrew Luck still down. Just hope it's not a re-aggravation of last year's injuries. So he gets attended to. We'll step aside. A give to McCoy. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. So the D-line's going to spread out. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
All right, here we go. Tolzien. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. A man who missed his entire rookie season, Dante Fowler, in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Here we go. Now Tolzien. He's got time. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran now a nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is, and the running back dropped it.
Yeah, I mean, he's a running back, but he's got hands. He should have caught it. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jags take over in terrific field position. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner, and just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Yeldon. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's...
Nice play, baby, nice play.
Put away your inhibitions. Let the beast in you just get loose. We all young, wild, and different. We can all get from a little. I know you're terrified by what the future lies, but there's no compromising. It's my way or the highway. We all just slave the can trust. Just gon' get wild when we come out. Like, gon' get loud when the come out. That's instant. Keep up with your friends thing. Tell they bougie, go wait